one of the conversations that topics that we were talking about was, in terms of milestones. Very often you're like, I have to finish college by 17. I have to get married before I'm 30. I have to own a house, so and so. And what you just said, it should happen naturally. It's not about forcing things to happen there. Were there milestones that maybe you experienced that were forced on you, for instance, based on your age, saying, at this age, you've got to achieve this or do this, for instance?
Well, in context of this conversation in the fashion industry, yes, when I was early 30s, I had my first child. So I mentally had a whole different definition of who I was. All of a sudden, I'm just not a woman, I'm a mother as well. That's another title. And my responsibility shot up. And I had to redefine myself and being responsible for this new human being. Okay. In the industry, however, I was in that weird age. I didn't look young, but I didn't look old, according to the industry. So I was in this strange flux, like how could clients categorize me? Where did I fit? And so, yes, that was put onto me. I still looked the same, but I think maybe my attitude changed about how I presented myself to the world because I had this new self-identity. And it was this odd period of not being young enough, not being old enough that the industry put on me. And I waited it through, and then I was into the older category, naturally. It was a weird few years, though. But that was okay. They gave me more time to dedicate to raising my infant, so it all worked out. But that is one instance that comes to mind to answer your question.
And what about personally? Did you have any goals that you'd set for yourself? With this is the age that I have to reach a certain goal, for instance, in life?
Well, after, loving the industry and the variety it offered, as an older woman, I then had 2 children and a mortgage, and I did not like not knowing when that phone would ring. So I wanted to have more, I guess, control over security. So, pardon me, I decided to then open the consulting business that I had for 10 years, which was more, it allowed me that peace of knowing more finances that would come on a regular basis. And I could also model at the same time. So yeah, I felt like I just needed to not be at the mercy of clients calling me at their whim. I needed to have more structure and more, having that mortgage and the children, I needed to be more responsible. So yeah, I kind of grew up and started my own business. Even though modeling, you're your own, you're self-employed and it is your own business. It was time. It was time to do that.
How did you deal with this? Is of course personal curiosity also, because you said you don't know when the phone's going to ring next, and that's a lot of uncertainty. How did you deal with that? And did you, being young at the time, also help with a lot of that, or has that maybe right now you think maybe if I go back I should not have worried so much about it?
Yeah, isn't that good advice for everybody? Don't worry about it so much. Things will work out. It's okay.
Yeah, I think the lockdown has really taught us that.
I think so too. And how much do we really need? What is important? Let's get our priorities straight. Sure, over the years, there were times that were tighter and stressful, but I made it through and it all worked out.